Welcome everybody, this is Fullman and today we're gonna look into what happens when you finally reached the maximum size of your ship, those 50 tiles. How do you progress now? What do you do next? So I made this exemplary ship. Yours will probably look a little bit different, but the basic setup should be about the same. You will have mostly drone bays. You will have your few cargo bays, I have 10 here, and a few decorative armor parts. You might have some more and less cargo bays, maybe less drone bays. And since we got lucky here, I got one more pilot pod, but you don't need that, of course. So now there's a couple of ways you can progress now, yeah? Of course, all my drone bays here and cargo bays are level 1, or most of them actually. Yeah, I think I have a few old ones that are almost out of durability here with level 3. Basically, if you buy your drone base or buy any part to your ship, you can right away upgrade it to level 2 because it's the same cost. And for cargo base, you get the same increase in space in cargo space. For drone base, you don't get another drone pod for upgrading it, but you get the same damage increase that you get from a drone bay. And for crew quarters, you also get the same defense boost. You of course don't get another crew slot for upgrading. You will have to buy another crew pod for that, or drone pod, or whatever. So you reach this point, and now you can either start upgrading your parts. Level 2 should be the minimum for every part anyways, or at least the parts that you think about keeping or want to keep. Level 3 is probably better. From level 3 on, it gets a bit step by step. It gets a lot more expensive. The efficiency goes down of your investment. So basically, you shouldn't do it unless you have the cash for it. You have the gems to spare. But what else can you do? You can. Since pilot pods are indestructible in comparison to all the other parts, which do have durability, as you can see here, and once the durability runs out, I don't know if the part actually disappears, but it turns down its maximum HP as well, so they start breaking a lot faster, and at some point it's simply not efficient anymore to use them because they break all the time. Maybe even if it goes to 0.1 and then 0%, maybe it will break permanently. I haven't tried it so far. So what you can do is upgrade your pilot pods. They are way more expensive than a regular pod, 300 gems instead of like 40 gems for a regular drone bay. But they are, first of all, permanent. You will never have to replace them. They will not get attacked. And they give you, as you can see, they give you attack damage, same as a drone bay would give you, and they give you more. The upgrade gives you more cargo space as well. It doesn't do anything for your defense, so it's not a full crew compartment, but you can get a crew member inside. So that's one way to progress, but I would not directly recommend that. You can do that every now and then, buy another pilot pod till you have your 11. Which is the maximum you can fit into a ship of 50 spots. But the more lucrative way to upgrade is starting to invest into crew. For example, we have 2,800 damage here, and we have 10 cargo space. And let's say we don't want to do anything about cargo space. We just want to remove some drone bays and replace them with our first crew members. So we just lost 2 out of our, let's say, I guess there are about 40 drone bays. We just lost 2 drone bays, replaced them with 2 crew compartments, and we're gonna put some attack crew in there. Okay, I'm gonna discuss or tell you about the different types of crew later on, I guess. But for now, we'll just put 2 legendary attack officers or whatever, gunmen in there. Yeah, that's what the name is. And as you can see, they have pretty decent percentages. We got almost 60% here. And out of those 2,800 that we had with, let's say, I don't know, about 40 drone bays, we reduced that by 2 drone bays, but we gained about 2,000 damage. So we almost doubled our damage just by adding 60% damage. Now let's try that again. Oh, actually we do not have to remove drone base because we still have a crew compartment in here and in here. So we're gonna leave this drone bay on, and we're gonna add 2 more gunners. Which is, if my math from the previous trial for this video is still correct, this should be about 110%, which is close to the maximum. The maximum is 125%. 125, and since there are rounding errors, I would go 125.1 if I really wanted to get the maximum out of it. And if we look at our damage now, we have 6,600 just for the loss of, yeah, actually it would have been for the loss of 3 crew compartments if you do not have a second pilot pod. We get more than double of the damage, and we only lose 2 or let's respectively 3 drones for that. So this is of course highly recommendable. Of course you have less drones now. You, instead of, let's see what we have 13, that's 12, no, 10, 11. So that's 31 drones. We should have had 33 or 34 in before. So we lost 3 drones. We cannot attack as many targets anymore, but we still have way too many drones. Anyways, basically you lose nothing in here. Actually, you only gain damage on your drones. The next step for me was to do the same thing for defense. Of course, I had more defense because I had some upgraded armor parts, or you upgrade a crew compartment, which also gives you 127 defense for a double. And adding another 120, well, actually you will not reach the cap with the cap of 125% with just 4 officers. You'll probably need 5 legendaries in the beginning until you train them a little bit, or until you find a few better ones. And with those 125%, yeah, you can more than double your attack first with the first 5 officers, take the 5 defense, or engineers actually they are called, to upgrade your defense if you want to. Others will prefer to upgrade their cargo bay. So that's the same thing here. You remove 4 cargo bays and you gain more than double. Yeah, you will lose, of course, some cargo space. Yeah, you will go down from 950 to maybe 600, I guess, if you remove 4. But add 4 cargo hands, and you will shoot back up to 1,200. Of course, this whole process goes at the cost of your credit, because, if we remember correctly here, every legendary crew member takes 5%, has a 5% take, which means every time you sell crystals at the market, every one of your crew members will take 5%. So this means this group here will take 20% of our cash. Adding another 4 defense men, that would be taking 40% of our credit income. Add another 4 cargo hands, legendary ones, we would already lose 60%. So that's why I recommend, before you start this process, to farm up to at least 1 million credits, because this whole process of slowly changing from drone compartments to crew base, or from decorative armor pieces and cargo hulls to crew, will cost a lot of gems, and also you will upgrade some parts, but continually you will lose earning credits, and you will earn less and less credits, but you will consume the credits. You will need them for maybe offerings, you will need them to upgrade your parts, or to buy crewmen or other stuff. So So I recommend, go farming before you start this whole process with what you have before. Only drone compartments and drone base and cargo base. You should be able to farm 1 million in I don't know, a few days, I guess. And later on, what the bigger players do, of course, later on when you start having 20 and more crew, when your earning goes zero or you actually lose money when you when you sell credits, when you sell crystals, is that they have a second ship with only cargo base and just a few crewmen, which is only there to collect and deliver crystals to the market. We'll have a look at that later, but for now, we'll have a look at crew. Okay, I already did my rolls today, but okay, let's go back to the market and look at the cargo ship. So basically what they do is they farm a lot of gems with their ship. Either they collect it in the ship because they already have cargo crewmen as well and decently upgraded crew base, decently upgraded cargo base, or they just leave the crystals lying on the ground. Then they switch to their cargo ship, which in my case is not very pretty, as most of my ships are not. I never spent any cash to colorize. But as you can see, it's almost only cargo base, and I have, what's that, 7 pilot pods on here. So each pilot pod holds a drone and holds a crewman, and in this case I didn't even go for captains, and I only have cargo hands here, which adds up to exactly 120%, which is the maximum for crewman cargo hands. Okay. Going on, we could actually have a look at the pretty decent setup of crew in the late game. I only have the minimum amount of drone base on this ship anymore, which in my case is, or in my opinion, is like those nine drones. The minimum amount, I hope I said the minimum amount of drone base, yeah, which in my case is 9 drones of each type. We have a look, yep, 9 fire, 9 water, 9 lightning, and so that's what is that, 27 crew, that's 11 pilot pods plus 16, yeah, 16 drone base. And if we have a look at the crew, okay, I didn't come to captain yet, but we have in only 4 crew members, we have the maximum or about the maximum amount of cargo space, which is 120% bonus to what you have in your on your ship, on your engine, crafted to your ship, whatever. Then we have 4 crewmen to increase armor, 4 crewmen, which some players seem to skip. You can actually skip those and go for more prospectors, I guess, for a pretty decent ship. And of course you have those 4 gunners for the maximum amount of damage. Most people, or what I hear is 1 engineer is compulsory, or you don't need him, but he's pretty nice to have, because you will get 150 later on. You will get captains to gain another 150%, 15% to attack, damage, defense, cargo space. And that will also boost the mechanics efficiency, so that's why people at least have 1. Also, it's a place to put to. It's someone you can train with all the other mechanics that you will receive or will get. And the rest you can fill up with prospectors for that extra bit of crystals while racing or doing whatever, farming. Okay, that's my setup. Of course, you will start out with taking 5 gunners to get the 125%, and maybe even 5 cargo hands to get the 120%. Another 5 maybe for the defense. But you can upgrade them or get better ones. As you can see, this engineer already is upgraded to plus 36%. And in theory, they could be upgraded further, and you can actually reduce 1 more. I think it should be possible to go. I haven't tested it yet, but it should be possible to go with only 3 crewmen to upgrade to maximize their respective categories. Now let's talk about captains a little bit. Captains are a little bit special. They boost all the categories of your ship. It's not exactly clear if they boost only what your ship has, or only what you gain as bonuses from your crew, or if they boost the bonus, boost the crew and the ship. But I think I don't even know if there's much of a difference. So you can have a maximum gain from your captains of 115%, which is achieved by this setup. Of course, I started out with like 15 captains to achieve the same goal, and gradually, when I still have a lot of ultra rare captains lying around here because they were in this setup earlier. But as time progressed, I got more and more legendary captains, and I put them in there. Maybe I should count. Maybe there's one missing or something. But as time progresses, you will be able to remove the worst captains one by one and replace them with better ones, and at some point even reduce the amount of captains you need to reach the maximum of 115. Actually, it's 115.2, but between 115.2 and 3%. So I tend to go for 115.3 to get the absolute maximum out of it. And if I'm not mistaken, I'm at like 112% with the legendary captains. That's why this one common captain is in here. So let's have one more look at my statistics. This might be interesting to some of you, maybe not everybody. But every day you can roll 25 times for a crew, which will cost you 125 gems. And on average, or well, actually, oh, interesting, somebody is messaging. Are we having a Leviathan? Okay, let's do that real quick. I guess we have time for that. Ooh, this one is already pretty long, a long time alive. Let's see what we can achieve here. Nothing, of course, because the game doesn't like me. Quick refresh. Happens to the best of us, guys. It's when you have the map too loaded and stuff. Actually, whiff sound would be nicer. Might be a little loud right now. Also, if you didn't know, there's shortcuts for most things on the HUD. So you can open your settings, your inventory and settings with C, 1, 2, 3, 4 for the drones to select all of them, or just one category, one element. You have M for map, you have space for the daily bounty. What else? You have backspace you can use in your harbor when you want to remove a part. You can use backspace. Well, that's all that comes to mind right now. Maybe there's more, I don't know exactly. And as you can see, I'm trying to target the right elements with the strong element against it, so I'm trying to shoot down fire with water. It's supposed to do the most damage. I actually still haven't figured out if you get if your reward is based on who does the most damage or who attacks the longest. So basically, I tried using level 1 or low level drones and a level 1 ship with lots of drones, and I didn't get anything good from that. So I don't think it's just runtime of the drones. It has to do something with damage, but don't ask me. And let's see what will And the leg is ginormous, as always with Leviathan. Let's see if we can even see our reward. Yeah, that's good. Ta. Ooh, not even too shabby. Leviathan. One time. Stop. Lava. What else do we have? 3 misc and 13. 3 enter 13. There we go. And a copy of that. And zack, save. Oh, actually, we wanted to see a little bit of our drones. Crew. So we are continuing in a second. Settings and sound go away, and let's be safe and go back to harbor and maybe refresh because we can. Okay. Oh, the clapping is hopefully not too loud. So going back to crew. Yeah, okay, we were at crew roles. Actually, I have it compromised somewhere a little bit. Yeah. Crew rolled, okay. So I have been rolling for, it seems, 68 days. You can roll 25 times a day. You will get 75 crew because every roll gives you 3 crew. So in a percentage, you get 1.6 legendary crews per 100. Crewmen per 100. So that means in math 3, you get 3 in 2 days. Am I right? In 150 rolls is 2 days, and that's three legendary crew, approximately 3 legendary crew members in 2 days. That means you will spend only for rolling, that's 250 gems in 2 days. Then you have to be able to afford the crewmen. That's well, let's say they're the cheapest legendary ones, 170 times 3. My math isn't too good anymore. 170 times 3. That's 510 plus 250. So that means about 750 gems, 760 if you want to be correct. You need that every 2 days. So basically this option only presents itself to players who are a little bit progressed already to be able to roll this much for legendaries. But if you can do that, you will have every 2 days you will get 3 legendary crewmen. You might not get exactly the one that you need or want at the first few tries, but they will come over time. And yeah, that will make the progress of the next area. Okay, one more thing. You will receive legendary crewmen. If you look here, you will receive them in an area of 170 gems to 250 gems. Then in the price area of 170 to 250 gems. Actually, exclusive crew members may be a little bit higher. I haven't found one that high yet, but it's supposed to be possible. Since it's possible for drones as well, I think it's, for example, if by rolling a crew member it would have had a cost of 250, you will receive it with 11.3, the value of 11.3 at 5 stars for captain. But if the same crew roll occurs and it happens to be exclusive, that might be, I don't know, 260 maybe, or well, there's no crew members worth. I'm talking stupid stuff now. Anyways. So basically what this means, the pricing from your rolled crew of 170 between 250. So for example, you roll a crew member for 200. This crew member will also have maximum higher than one that you would have bought for 170 gems. This one would only have given you 7.5 bonus to everything, and the 200, the crew member for 200 will give you 9 bonus to everything. So basically what you want is those crew members that you want to keep and not use for training, you want to get as high as possible. So basically, if I had like 12 captains for a price of 250, I would be very happy, because, or 11 captains, because 11 times 11 makes over 115%, and I would have to use no more crewmen for that. Of course, later on, if you really want to optimize your ship even further, you can use cheaper crewmen. You can buy them in the meantime if you have the money, if you have the gems, and keep them and use them later on to function as mentors for your higher crewmen, for the 235 and upwards crewmen, and train them beyond those 11.3 that you can buy them for. You can get them up to, I don't know, 12%, maybe even higher. If you want to have a look at my crewmen, I tried it for one guy. I only got a bonus of 0.2%, but it's not carved in stone that the bonuses are always this small. They may be a little bit higher, but they tend to get smaller and smaller the higher up they go. So it gets less and less efficient every time, as does everything in the game, or as does many things the higher you get. These are the percentages. You can get 115.2 and something, or maybe 115.3% from captains. Captains boost everything, so it's always nice to have them. But first of all, I would go for attack damage. I am going for 125.1 because it's also, there's some kind of rounding error or something. 125 sometimes does not max you out. The same goes for engineers. Cargo hands were the same, but they got downgraded to 120%, so it's probably 120.1. And there seems to be no cap on prospectors, probably not. And mechanics may be the same. I haven't tried it. Maybe if you get 200%, you have zero repair costs anymore. Actually, it would be interesting to try and go for 110 and 120%. Maybe by getting damage, you actually would gain money. I don't know. Maybe worth a try. Maybe something for the really high ups to try out. Yeah, what else can I show you? I have this set up pretty neatly. So for example, if I were to remove this captain here, my percentage immediately goes down from 116 to 109%. Put him back in there and badam, 116.7%. At some point I will upgrade one of the top 3 captains here, probably only one of the top 2 ones, or maybe get one more in there, and at some point I should be able to remove this common guy and those 12, or how many is it, 13 crewmen up here should be sufficient to gain my 115.3%. Right now they only make 113.7, so that's why I'm still using this common guy. I could use a legendary as well if I didn't have anyone else, but as you can see on the crew drain, that's how much percent of my credits earned they will take. They take 137%. So basically every time I deliver crystals to the market, I pay 37% of those crystals to the market. So that's bad. Of course, I do have a cargo ship. I drop my crystals, switch to the cargo ship, collect them again and sell them at the market, and I only lose the amount for like 4 crewmen at the most. There is some kind of feature or bug in there that the cost already remains with the first ship that collected the crystals. So basically if I collect them with my main ship, I drop the crystals on the floor, I collect them with my cargo ship, I don't pay almost anything because the cost already is on the main ship, but the main ship cannot pay because it's not active, something like that. Okay, that's that. So basically what you should take from this is, if you can, roll your crew daily, get some legendary crewmen. You can. Oh, that's one thing I didn't mention earlier. Of course, you can take cheaper crew as well. Any crewman you sell at 5 stars will give you, let's look at this guy. This is unbearable speed, whatever, when the game catches up. This guy is for 50 gems. If I level him to 5 stars, I can sell him back for 50 gems as well. And actually, I can sell him back for 1,250 credits. You will always be able to sell them for 25% more credits than you bought them from, and for the same amount of gems, as long as they are 5 stars. So, and there's no you cannot sell any crewman for more than 250. So, for example, this This crewman was bought for bought for 250 gems. He had 11.3%. I gave him a mentor. I trained him, and on doing so, it gained another 0.02%. But the price does not go up anymore in credits, in gems, but it goes up in credits. That's what I noticed. Okay. And why I'm not using common crew should be a little self-explanatory, and that's, I guess, that's the last thing I'm gonna say today. Is of course because for every crew compartment that you want to use, you have to give up one other item. You can give up some armor, you can give up a drone bay spot, or you can give up, what else? A cargo bay. Actually, on this setup, I don't have any cargo bays. I only have them in my pallet pods. Okay. Anything else left to say? If you have questions, post them below maybe, and I'll try to answer what I can. And if there's plenty of interesting questions in there, I might do another video on this, or I might actually later on do a recap of this video and try to add in all the stuff that I forgot to mention today. Thanks for listening. Thanks for having your attention, and I guess I'll show you a little farming run for a few minutes. I actually still have some things to kill for my quest. Shipwrecks. Nah, not gonna do that, but let's do some killing. Oh, that's actually something that might be interesting to some of you as well. As you can see, I do most of my kills with just one drone per guardian, and it's sufficient and goes fast enough. In comparison to what I see from many of you guys, you send all your crew on one guy, and on another guy, and it actually takes longer to get them there. Also, in the guardians, in my case, they don't have time to repair each other, but in your case they still might, because you don't have the same damage. It is sometimes more efficient to send like 2 or 3 drones to each guardian of any mine of the mine, so they all die at the same time. And as you can see, they didn't have time to heal each other. In comparison, if I would send only 2 drones here, or all my drones on this guy, the drones, the guardians left and right of it would start healing it. All the others would join in, and it would actually get harder. Well, not in this case, but it would actually get harder to destroy them. So if you send one drone to all the guardians at the same time, they will attack them simultaneously, and if they die at the same time, they don't even get a chance to heal each other. So, and let's get going properly, and I guess I'm signing off and turning back on some sound here. Doesn't always work as planned. And that's me signing off. See you next time. Leave a like if you like. Thanks and bye.